As a financial coach, one of the questions I usually get is, should I pay with a credit card or should I pay with a debit card? So today, that's what we're going to talk about. I'm Craig, and if you're new to my channel, I like to talk about skills that are going to be useful for the real world. As I mentioned in the intro, today we're going to be talking about the difference between credit cards and debit cards. When it comes to talking about using a credit card versus a debit card, I am incredibly biased. I have made a lot of money over the years in credit card rewards points, so I am definitely leaning in that direction. For anyone not familiar with credit cards rewards points, here's how it works. Anytime you swipe that credit card, they're going to give you a percentage of money back on your purchases that goes into a rewards balance account. Generally, the rewards pay 1 to 5%, just depends on the card that you have. Some rewards are a lot more lucrative than others. For example, I have one credit card through Bank of America that pays me 3% on my gas purchases. My Amazon credit card pays me 5% on anything I spend on Amazon. Then I have a Capital One card that pays me 1.5% cash back on all other categories. So you can see I'm mixing and matching a lot of different credit cards rewards points here because I don't want to use my 1.5% when I go to the gas station, and the same thing as I don't want to use my gas card when I'm buying something on Amazon. So I have different cards for different purchases that I make in my life. Now, if that sounds too complicated, you can just run everything through one credit card, and that's perfectly fine as long as you're getting some kind of rewards for it. If you have a credit card that's not that great and doesn't pay you any rewards, then it doesn't really benefit you that much to be using your credit card versus your debit card. The only real benefit you get there is that you're building credit so that eventually you can get a better card or you can qualify for better rates on loans in the future. There are some personal finance gurus out there that tell you to stay away from credit entirely. Dave Ramsey would be the main example of that. His advice is solid when it comes to getting out of debt. However, when it comes to building wealth, there's some room for improvement there. And adding credit card rewards points into your arsenal is a good plan. The key with any of these purchases that we're making with credit cards is that at the end of the month, we have to pay the balance in full. That means every dollar that we spent, we're going to pay back from our debit card account. By paying off that account in full at the end of the month, we won't be paying any interest on that credit card money that we used. It's kind of like we got an interest-free loan for the month. The credit card companies, though, are betting that we're not going to do that and that eventually they're going to get us at that high interest rate. Now, if we pay with a debit card, the main difference is the money that we spent comes right out of our checking account right away. Whereas with a credit card, the money that we spent, we only have to pay down the road. This means if we used a credit card instead of our debit card, that money that we already spent is still in our account, and it could be generating interest for us if we have a high interest bank account. This means we can be making money on money that's already spent. I think that's a pretty cool concept. Now, the main thing here is we're not spending money on stuff that we wouldn't be buying anyways. That's the key here. We're just using it for bills, our gas, our food, the stuff that we'd be spending anyways. The other benefit to this strategy is that there's an added layer of protection when you use your credit card versus your debit card. The main thing that I'm talking about here is if there's some kind of fraudulent purchase on your account. Fraud departments with credit cards are really good about getting your money back in a timely basis. When you have a fraudulent charge on your debit card, it usually takes quite a bit longer for them to resolve that issue and to get your money back. And in the meantime, that money's no longer in your account. When it comes to a credit card, that money, you just don't know yet. If you need a good credit card to utilize for some of these strategies, I got a whole nother video that I'll link in the description about how to find a credit card that benefits you. Also, if you're struggling with your credit score, I got a video down there to build credit automatically that I suggest that you watch. So in summary, it's going to be far more beneficial to use your credit card versus your debit card. It's going to give you rewards points for your account. It's also going to give you a layer of protection in case there's some kind of fraud charge. And as long as you're paying the money back at the end of the month, you're not going to pay any interest. So the money that you already spent can sit in your high yield bank account and continue to gain interest until you go to pay that bill. I hope you found this video helpful. Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content like this.